The door is blown open by your booted foot.
Yes.
And the scene before you is that of, it looks like a captain's study.
Mm-hmm.
There is a large squat table and a very low-seated chair. And in that chair is the form of what looks like an elf, a normal terrestrial non-hell elf. However, they look like they're perhaps dazed or drunk or something. They don't look like they're in their complete faculties. Their hands are tied to handles and knobs that are on the desk. Their feet appear to be tied as well, and they're just sort of like lackadaisically doing the head swooning motion, sitting in a chair. Sitting to they're sort of leaning down to their side is a jackal-headed creature wearing what looks like an incredibly elaborate purple robe. And they, as you enter the room, have one hand, the left hand, pointed up at the head of this swooning elf in a finger gun type scenario, and the other hand up like stop. And then beside the door, as you sort of look in and Paladin sense goes off, I notice there's another one of these large bug-shaped, sort of upright bipedal bug men with a large spear. Other than that, this looks like a fairly Spartan quarter, although it does look like the sort of thing a captain would occupy. There's maps and bookshelves and things like that. And the creature who is leaning down towards the table with the finger gun up at the elf says, "Hold! There does not need to be bloodshed down here at this time.
Aww.
Darn.
Take one step closer and I will cast Finger of Death upon this man."
Oh, it's a man.
Um,
For some reason I was picturing the lady.
Actually, I think it is a lady. I misspoke. On this woman. So only one character here can cast arcane spells. Do you want to give me an Arcana check?
Sure. On Finger of Death?
Finger of Death.
12?
You have heard of Finger of Death. It is a 6th level spell.
Yeah. Okay. No, like, we're just...
Can I roll insight? Is he bluffing?
You may roll insight.
Ooh, can I help?
You may also roll insight, but you may not help.
Okay. Well, I have advantage on that, so...
Neener, pumpkin wiener.
17.
Pretty damn good.
16.
You can tell they are not lying.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, I mean, it's sort of a unimportant gesture as I sort of put my hand out to stop everybody, but I'm still occupying the entire doorway.
Yeah.
So there's no way anybody's getting through me anyway.
We're all, like, peeking around.
Scooby-Doo heads.
Yeah. Peeking around my knees. See, it's just on my back like Yoda.
You can see that on one side of this captain's chamber is one of the bookshelves has tilted forward and fallen flat down. And it's broken the spines of a bunch of books that have spilled out of it. And you realize that you freed this from the embankment by towing it with your screen machine. And upon it sliding further upriver and then coming to your side of the shore, it probably jostled everything up in here pretty bad. Looking closer at the elf is covered in bruises. And appears to have been roughed up pretty bad. Part of that might be from the experience, but you're assuming that part of that is probably also these apparent captors. And the jackal-headed individual says, "My interests lie only with this ship. If you wish this one, I appear to be getting nowhere. Help me free the ship from its current predicament. Get it Styx-worthy. I will take you wherever you like to go, and no more of you or my mercenaries need come to harm."
Yeah, I'm pretty tired. I don't know.
As a reminder before you. So we thought that the Modron ship had the Nirvanian cargo.
Right.
Yeah.
I just didn't know if you got that.
Yeah. So I'll lower my maul to a non-threatening level and maybe just like set the head on the deck. And,
Dunk.
Yeah. Thunk.
I mean, this has got an elven captain and sort of an elvish sounding name. I think we're...
Yeah. We don't know what your business is here, and it appears that maybe we have found a ship we did not set out to find. Is this a Modron vessel?
The jackal-headed creature kind of laughs, and it sounds sinister when it laughs. It sounds like it doesn't know how to laugh without sounding sinister, and it says,
like you.
yes, accurate. And it says, certainly not. This appears to be from one of the human realms, someplace called Eberron, according to the thoughts of this creature. And he sort of gestures. And it's creepy when it gestures, too. It goes from the finger gun, now that you've put them all down and it's a little bit less tense, there's like this bizarre, almost like a caress of the chin of the elf. And then sort of like a quick, like light backhanded slap, and then it stands back up. And standing upright, it's about 6 foot high.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see that these robes are inlaid with gold and silver all over them. It looks like there's arcane sigils etched all over this robe. It's something that is extraordinarily gaudy, but also very well made.
Okay. If this is the wrong vessel, then I believe we have no further business here. What has this man done to wrong you?
I misspoke the first time. It's a woman.
Oh, sorry. What has this elf done to wrong you?
And it says, I simply seek answers that reside in this one's head, but unfortunately I think the waters of this place have played upon its memories.
It's bad luck.
Then there is no further need to be injuring him. The ship needs its captain.
Her.
Sorry.
I know, I said him the first time.
Very
Now
sorry.
everyone's talking.
I'm sorry.
It says, I have no interest in preserving this captain. You may take the captain if you wish. I simply want to get this ship sailing again. Help me do that, and I will let you be on your way.
Let me confer with my comrades.
By all means.
I don't want to see this elf die.
No, that's fair.
He will probably be upset he's separated from his ship, but his ship is less than a life.
Yeah.
Why do they want this ship, though?
So they can go on the sticks and not drown in it, I assume.
Those memories in it.
But is this going to be a later problem?
So, frankly, I don't care if it is a later problem.
Okay.
I'm not here to solve the problems of Avernus. Avernus can go fuck itself.
I meant, is this going to be a problem for us later?
I would like to bargain for one of these. Let's see if he knows where any of these are. And maybe we start with
one of those.
the cog box, because that's what we think we're hunting. Say, hey, if you can take us to a Modron, do you know of a crashed Modron ship? If you can take us there, we will help you. Otherwise, we're going to be on our merry way. We're not here to save every elf straggler. We're here to save our city and the people we care about.
I agree, but I cannot in good conscience leave this elf here to die. We are here. We can help.
This is why you never hook up with the lawful people. Jesus Christ.
It's actually more good than lawful.
I might
Which
have,
is new for you.
I suspect I've left my conscience on the city. I think we should bargain to see if he knows where one of these devices are.
Very well. We have the use of our machine that we can use to tow the boat to where it can be repaired.
Do you have memory?
We'd be willing to exchange that service for the life of this elf and information on a Modron ship that crashed somewhere near here.
He says, I'm not aware of any Modron ships that have crashed here. It's been some time since I've seen the Modrons. They go on the march every 214 years. And I don't need it towed. I want the boat operational. This creature, and he gestures to the elf, is the captain of a certain kind of ship that uses imprisoned elemental spirits to run. But my efforts to pilot this device myself have failed. And I know there's a secret that is being withheld from me, and I know that this one knows it. I just don't know how to draw it out.
Well, they might not know it anymore if they fell in the water. You may...
And all the, beatings.
Yeah, that certainly doesn't help either, friend.
I had hoped the beatings would help, and he sort of looks up over at the bug guy with the spear, and the bug guy with the spear uses all 4 sets of arms to shrug.
You never start with the head. Everything starts going fuzzy.
It says, I don't know anything about Modron specifically, but if you can tell me what it is you're looking for, maybe I can help in exchange for getting this thing up and running.
You know what it's going to take to get it going? Because I don't know if we're super familiar with this kind of ship either.
It says, if I knew what it took, then I wouldn't be offering you the position of helping me fix it.
Okay, fair.
It appears that the only solution to your problem is the secret that you spoke of that this elf possesses. As your methods have failed, we will try a different approach. For this, you will need to let us work in privacy.
Are you bluffing? Would you like to make a bluff check?
No, I just think I'm not going to be able to get through to this guy as long as this guy's standing over and threatening him.
Okay.
It's more of a persuasion thing, I guess.
Yeah, that seems appropriate. You don't need to make a roll for it.
Okay.
As long as you're not bluffing, he does an insight check. He doesn't detect any lying. And
if this guy's been roughed up enough, I'm not intimidating the answer out of him clearly, so I just want to be nice to him.
Her, anyway.
Her.
You'll get it someday.
No, I won't. This scene will be over and I'll still be fucking it up.
You might get it right in the recap. You might
Nope,
not.
I will not.
And so this creature says, very well. And he stands up and sort of brushes the dust off of his robe and gestures to the bug man. And the bug man kind of tilts its head up, gives a snort, and then gestures for you to get out of the doorway.
Yeah, I'll step aside
And this
and
creature
quarters.
walks out the doorway, and as he does, he makes full eye contact with each of you. It doesn't, you get the feeling that he's trying to be sinister, but he can't help himself. And he goes and he sets up shop in the room with the romance novels.
Oh, hell yeah.
And the bug man follows him out and waits for you all to go into the room to close the door.
Those are going to be real sticky by the time he's done.
The Pegasus who pegged me is excellent.
You're going to find out that he's jackal-headed in more places than one.
He's jackal heading off.
Yes.
Head him off with the jackal pass.
So let's check on this.
All right, so speaking of thick asses, what are you going to do with this elf lady who is obviously not in a mental state that is coherent?
We're not going to twerk at her if that's what you're implying.
Well, why not?
I twerk at her, she's cured.
It can't hurt.
She got the magic booty, though.
I have a +2 to medicine. I'm not trained in it,
okay.
but I could try a medicine check and just see if, like, are the pupils dilating the same and all that?
Is it a fixable issue or is
Yeah,
it like
are they, like, concussed or...
Give me a medicine check.
That's a 10.
Okay.
That's not good.
What you are detecting is that the eyes are sort of rolled back in a way that doesn't imply to you that it's a medical issue. Something arcane is probably going on here.
Ooh.
Hey,
Can I roll some
fancy
Arcana
wizard
and
pants.
see if I can
You
figure out what's
may
going
do your wuzha.
That's going to be 15.
Okay. You've seen this look on some creatures before. You have heard of a spell called Detect Thoughts. And it appears that this individual is under the effects of a Detect Thoughts spell.
Do we have a dispel
The
magic?
thing is, it doesn't seem... Oh, do I?
Dispel thoughts.
Excuse me.
You gone, thoughts?
Megan Thee Stallion twerks away.
This is what I use for dispelling thoughts right here.
I literally don't. I have so many fucking spell cards and I have nothing that's useful.
You know what would dispel it is the death of the target.
Oh yeah, if we killed her outright, yeah.
Ben,
Thanks. It doesn't really help.
I also have detect thoughts.
Well, actually, that depends on what kind of person she was in life.
Oh, I've
Because
got...
if we kill her, she might just end up right back here. She's like she respawns.
I have...
Put a portal in the floor and a portal in the ceiling.
I have counterspell.
Nope.
Nope. Nope.
So do I. There's one spell. It's Detect Thoughts.
One spell.
I counted all her spells.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything that can help this person. I have detect thoughts myself, but I feel like poking a little harder is...
You can just set up a party line, which is something you have no idea what it is because you're not home.
Alright, so what do you guys want to do with this person?
Just like,
Lots of things, but
just sort of like go up to them and like tap them on the cheek and be like, hello? You good in there? Hello?
You're not getting a lot of sensory.
detect thoughts, like, does it have a time limit?
Duration. Concentration up to 1 minute.
Okay, so
Like just wait a
Yeah,
minute to
we'll
see if
wait
it
it
wears
out.
yeah,
off.
wait it out.
In the meantime, you said there's bruises, there's bumps. Like how much damage would you say she sustained? Is she like in a bad way, or?
She would not be a combatant on account of the subdual damage that's been dealt.
All right. Well, can I lay on hands for a point of healing and see if that helps bring her around?
It helps to cure some of the bruising.
Okay.
It doesn't seem to have any impact on the mental acuity.
Right. Well, I mean, at least it will set the stage for us being the nice guys.
Yeah.
All right, so assuming you don't do anything else in that time, about 35 seconds later, you can detect that the effect of the spell has worn off.
Okay.
There does not seem to be a noticeable difference to the facial, like the eyes sort of roll back into place, but there's almost nothing there.
Hey, ma'am? Excuse me, miss? Are you... Anybody home?
The eyes like follow you as you move, but like in a very slow, delayed kind of way, and the mouth opens at times, but words don't come out.
Why don't you try your own detect thoughts?
Because it didn't work when
It
he did
didn't.
it.
No, but
Just to see what's going on
she's
up there?
not a demonic psychopath.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, actually, yeah. Sorry.
I mean,
I
we
withdraw
love
the
her,
suggestion.
and we would never judge her.
I mean, jackals exist in the real world and are not demonic. She literally has fucking horns, so...
But
Maybe you can do it in a polite way instead of
Can I
A
politely...
jackal-headed.
a gentle way, just
Yeah.
Like a
like
jackal-headed demon way.
Please, ma'am, may I probe your innermost brainage?
I just want to see if I can cast this as a ritual so that I don't have to waste a spell slot. Because it's a second level spell. I'm like, I need those. I need them.
It doesn't need those. It's got a billion of them.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
I don't think
Cast
it's
this
a ritual.
I don't think it is either.
Okay. I mean, I
I
guess
mean, I have a book right here. I can look it up, but fuck that.
I'm working on it.
I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, we're in the middle of it, so I might as well. Okay.
It is not a ritual spell.
Okay. Well, I'll cast it anyways because what the fuck else are we gonna do?
Okay.
So I'll cast it. And I don't know if there's a way for me to try to be more gentle about this because I feel like I know that we're probably entering a fragile
So
mental scape.
the way that the spell works is without probing at all, you can get surface thoughts, and then you can choose if you want to probe deeper. And probing deeper is kind of a yes or no question.
Okay.
So surface thoughts. When you cast the spell, there's a long delay, and at first you think the spell hasn't worked. Several seconds go by, and then you get only like roughly in detail to like a pencil sketch of a still image of a ship that looks sort of like the ship that you're on, but drawn by a 10-year-old,
Okay.
crashing into an atoll in the center of what you assume is the river Styx.
Where we found it.
It is a still image, and as it sort of like comes into view, it's in your vision for a second or two, and then there's the sound of crashing, splintering wood. The vision sort of fades to black, and then it comes into an illustration again, sort of the equivalent detail to a pencil sketch of being behind the wheel of the ship. Possibly from the perspective of the captain or a navigator. And there is a creature on the deck, and the details are very fuzzy, but it is a creature that has lots of rounded edges anyway. It doesn't appear to have a lot of texture on it. It's almost formless. But it is next to people who appear to be humanoid. They're slightly above stick figure grade of the mental acuity of this creature, but
Like figure drawing almost.
yeah, and this creature on deck appears to be roughly twice the size of them.
Okay.
And you do see that in the background, sort of coming into view, basically your vision moves across the deck in this very surreal way as this memory is being played out. That there are other humanoids on the far end of the ship who appear to just sort of like be bumbling into each other and falling overboard.
Yeah, I'm assuming into the river Styx, which is not great.
And again, it's a still image, so like you are sort of transversing through the perspective of the illustration.
Oh, that's so
getting-
trippy. I love that.
I wonder if she got
I
like
picture-
splashed in the face with River Styx water, and now her brain is scrambled.
I'm picturing Calvin's Spaceman's Spitz comics, that art style.
Can I try to probe deeper?
You may. I believe it is a wisdom saving throw, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Okay. You hear the words sort of echoing in this far away, sort of behind you at first, and then rapidly moving from right to left, as though somebody was running behind you while delivering the same line over and over again, which is, have to hide it before they arrive. Have to hide it before they arrive. Can't be discovered.
Okay.
Do you relay any of this vocally to the rest of us?
Yeah.
So, while this is going on, Zanzar actually wanted to also be like investigating the room to see if he sees anything that looks like controls or runes or anything that's not really like standard ship fare, just to see if he can get a bead on this place, and how things might work, if there's any clue to how things work in here.
Okay.
I don't know if that's an investigation or something.
It's investigate. Well, let's call it perception because you're doing it really quickly. This is a very short sequence of events right now.
Okay. I do want to do it seriously, but I understand spell durations aren't very long. So perception. Ugh, that's only a 9. That's not going to be helpful at all.
You have to wonder if there'd be something useful underneath the tipped-over bookshelf with all the books upside down and their spines broken. But actually getting this thing up off the ground and pulling the books out, that'll be a laborious process. It'll take time.
We have the walking U-Haul. We'll be fine.
I could lift the bookshelf. See if there's anything more useful I could do, but I could definitely lift the bookshelf.
All right. Is that what you want to do with your turn?
Yes, I guess so.
Okay, no roll necessary.
All the books attack you.
The bookshelf is a mimic. Roll initiative.
Knowledge is power.
It's actually 50 small mimics.
They each have like 5 hit points apiece, but as combined, it's bad. So it says in here, questions verbally directed at the target creature naturally shape the course of its thoughts, so this spell is particularly effective as part of an interrogation.
Yes.
Can I ask it...
Before you do, let's finish up with these two.
Okay, go for it.
So,
Where's Rachel?
No roll necessary in the bookshelf. You managed to lift the bookshelf up and kind of put it back into place. It's a little unsteady. It looks like something is broken underneath, so it's a little rickety now, and the ship's not straight and level.
So, like the floor underneath it is broken?
More like it was joined to the wall so that at rough seas it wouldn't tip over, and that joint has broken away.
Okay.
And it looks like it's probably from the impact hitting the shoreline or the original impact of hitting the atoll. Anything Ingrid wants to do during this time?
I don't really have a lot that I can do, mostly. Yeah, I don't have a lot that I'm able to...
Okay. So, what was Nemea doing?
I was going to ask it... What are you trying to hide? What were you trying to hide?
I want a... Call it intimidation. Give me an intimidation roll.
That's an 8.
You get another angle of that still image from the deck scene with sort of amorphous creature on it.
Mm-hmm.
And your vision sort of zooms in on this amorphous creature, but the detail is not made any clearer. It's basically just zooming into a pencil image.
Of the, like, weird round creature that we saw on the deck?
Yeah.
I can't tell if it's trying to hide it from that, or if that is the thing they're trying to hide.
If it runs off elementals, it kind of sounds like it might be
Like a golem or something.
Like an air, water, something.
Heart elemental.
Is this... Monty, get the fuck out of here! Is it tied... You said it was tied to, like, knobs on the desk. Is it tied to it like it's being bound? Like it's...
It looks like this jackal-headed creature probably tied the individual up so that they wouldn't wander away.
Okay, it's not like being tied to the wheel of the ship to, like,
it's not
steer
like
it.
controls or anything like that. No, this is like random things like there's a slot on one side where you hang a letter opener and they've been tied to that.
I'll, like, do my best to, like, untie them or, like, cut the ropes and, like, sort of ease them back into the chair so at least they're comfortable.
Yeah, it's trivial to do so. You're
Yeah.
going to get that separated.
Does detect thoughts only work if you ask questions?
I don't know.
No, this way the spell is worded, it just says questions
Just
asked.
ask.
So somebody can detect thoughts while somebody else does the question asking.
Yeah. At this point, you've been detecting thoughts for, I'll say, about
So-
30 seconds.
Actually, this is... I'm sorry. These are yes or no questions?
They don't have to be.
Oh, okay.
Any
Oh,
questions asked?
Why don't you just ask? Is that the creature that powers this ship?
Okay, yeah, if you want to ask that.
Is that the creature that powers the ship? I guess I don't know how I pointed an image, but I'll try to, if they're focusing on whatever that blob creature image is, I'll ask that question. Is that the creature powering the ship?
In the Detect Thought spell, you hear the sound of like steam escaping, and you do see a brief image of what looks like maybe a ship's engine, like a steamship. There is a round capsule door, and it looks like it has been bent outwards.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a humanoid figure, and it's sort of off to the side. It's not part of the primary focus of this mental image, but it's a humanoid figure who's just sitting cross-legged on the floor.
Ship's not going to go. The elemental's gone.
That is a problem.
Also, Dragomir.
Where is this hatch?
You get a mental image of it's like a hallway in the ship that goes down below where you're at. You haven't explored the whole thing yet.
But they were saying they have to hide something before they get to the ship.
Are there any? You have probably said it already, but are there any stairs from this room leading anywhere? Is the
Not from
only
this
door-
room,
is the
no.
only door leading out where the
No, you just
bad
didn't
guys are?
explore the whole ship yet. You basically came right
But
down
the only
here.
door of the room we're in is back out
It's
where
back out in the hallway,
the jackal dude is sitting. Okay.
I've lifted the bookshelf. I assume the contents of the bookshelf are just books, right?
Yep.
Can I just start how if you're looking for a loose piece of paper in a book, you just pick it up by the cover and shake it and see if anything comes out? Can I just start picking up books and see if I find anything weird, like investigation or something?
Well, the spines are all broken, so...
Wait till I get through it.
Yeah, I am going to go with the investigation check. I know you just tried to do one, and I squashed it for time reasons, but I can't think of another skill more appropriate.
And I'm just listening to the interrogation, just absently picking up books and seeing if I find something useful. It's not my bailiwick. I might get lucky though.
I have one question left.
And I don't get
If I've
lucky.
got
That's
time.
an 8.
What was the question?
I have one question left for them if I've got time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got one more.
One more. What happened to you that made you like this?
All stupid and whatnot.
You
Dragomir.
get a very detailed, but still pencil sketch, but like much higher quality than the previous ones, of a close-up of the jackal-headed figure looking very sinister.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Scrambled their brain.
Yeah.
Dragomir.
Sir.
We'll save throw now. As you're shaking books out, pages are falling out. For the most part, it looks like the glue has failed when the spines are broken. But there is one book where you sort of shake it, and a small journal falls out of it.
Oh, journal?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I was going to say, this is about time for all the time I played Wingman for you and your goats. You need to fucking step up when it's gerbil time, all right?
Don't step on the gerbil.
Yeah, don't step on the gerbil. That's my favorite game.
But no, it looks like it's a very thin, journal that's bound with string. It's not like there's no spine in this book. But a very thin paper journal that sort of falls out, and it was holding a page open. And now that you've shaken it out of a book, you have no idea what page it was holding. But the journal sort of falls out onto the floor and opens up, and it appears to be a bunch of handwritten notes concerning the nature of this ship.
Oh,
Ah!
I found a thing. I found a thing.
Forgot that I was Russian.
Dragomir?
I was so excited I dropped my accent for a moment. Don't worry, it's back.
On the floor.
Dragomir, there's no shame in being...
May I?
Yes, please. Reading. No. Not for me.
Is not in Russian cursive.
Can I take off the binding and start thumbing through and do an investigation check on what kind of ship this might
You
be?
can do... this is pretty heavy magical stuff. Give me an Arcana check.
Oh. Then I might not be the guy.
And Maya's time to shine.
I'll try it anyway, but I'll probably end up turning it over. 18.
18's pretty damn good.
You're a wizard, Harry.
You're a hairy wizard.
The first few pages are actually more like a personal journal. It appears to be written by somebody whose name is in my notes.
Dear Penthouse
In my
Farm,
notes is a strange
I never
character.
thought it would happen to me.
Yeah. Her first name is Burial. Not like putting a corpse underground, but it's Barriel.
It's like Zariel, but different.
That's when Zariel changed her name to when you went into hiding. I'm Burial Sanderson.
Ariel with a B.
Burial Sanders. Did you just? She decided to play running back for the Detroit Lions.
I'm not Tony Stark. I'm Pony Park.
Boney Fark.
Burial and Burial's last name is Delirandar, which is a D apostrophe name, and Lirandar, as if the
She's space French.
Where's Henri when you need him?
Delirandar, which
Who
is
needs him?
D apostrophe, and then the same word you saw on the outside of the ship.
Okay.
Her name is literally derived from delirium.
Burial Delirandar appears to be the individual you're next to. It's notes of somebody before undergoing a voyage as the captain, the acting captain of the ship. It concerns the expenditure of a very large sum of terrestrial money, gold, to have the ship plane shifted into hell.
Oh, wow.
Notes are that the theory is that because their ships are powered by water elementals, conjuring and what's the word I'm looking for?
Enslaving?
Enslaving is that's the right word. Conjuring and enslaving a water elemental from the waters of the river Styx would potentially provide a ship with a heretofore unknown amount of power.
Level 6 Deathfinger guy probably could.
Can we just call him DFG?
DFG. Jackal-headed DFG can conjure something or catch something to get the ship running, and I think that's the information he would probably require.
Well, so, Zenzu, that's the first thing you see. This is in a couple pages. You're able to sort of get the meaning of what's going on here. It's somebody talking about, obviously before the actual venture began, the expenditure of funds, arguing with relatives to spend the capital to do it as a research, hiring all these
Getting backers.
Yeah.
Starting a Kickstarter.
Hiring essentially a science team in place of a traditional crew. Because this is for science, and a lot of the traditional crew were like, sailing in hell? No. And so...
And scientists are fucking
so
feral.
it's a bunch of dumb wizards.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a bunch of nerdy folk who wanted to do science.
Yeah, exactly.
What kind of fucking wizard would volunteer to go to hell? Some kind of stupid shit wizard, that's for sure.
In fact. And those are the first few pages. And then as the pages are turned, you start to get more things like schematically planning out how a device to encapsulate a Stygian water elemental would work. I would like you to give me an investigation check with advantage, please.
I like those. Bless you.
That was the advantage. You get to do it in my birth cloud.
It doesn't help.
It's gonna be, what is this? It's gonna be a 22.
Okay.
It did help.
Yeah, it shows what you know, jackass.
Jack
Do you
laughed.
speak Elven?
Huh?
Do you speak Elven?
Ugh.
Why am I looking at paper? I barely speak Russian.
Yeah, I might have written. Nope. Common Hobgoblin Dwarf.
You're a common hobgoblin dwarf.
hey!
Dwarf and Hobgoblin are the same. It's just grunting and.
Yeah, I speak.
Yeah, it's just where the beard is.
I just speak hell languages. I don't speak any.
Speak fluent knobgoblin.
I will ask the other party if maybe I'll speak elf.
Probably not.
So if I.
Lulu says,
if
hey, I got
turn,
this.
If I turn the book over this way and read from the other side, is there French instructions?
No.
Oh, fuck.
But Lulu is
Yeah.
like floating overhead. And she's like, I know you guys forgot I was here. Hey, let me take a look at it. I speak Elven.
Okay.
Oh.
And she looks at it and she goes, okay. So it's talking about imprisoning it in like a ewer or like a pitcher or something.
A shiver goes up my spine for unknown reason.
Yeah, put it in some sort of like a cup.
Is there? So we think there was like a hatch or something in this ship. Does it say anything about that? Like somewhere in the ship we have to put it?
You like, I don't know, screw it into the hatch and then maybe it gets all pissed off and then the ship goes because it's angry or something.
It's
So there is a
powered.
hatch somewhere?
So if it gets hot, it's a water
There is a
elemental.
hatch somewhere on the ship we have to find to.
I mean, probably. I don't know anything about these ships.
Okay, I didn't know if there was a schematic in there, a drawing of what the ship looks like.
No, but this looks pretty interesting, and she points, and there is some sort of bizarre arcane calculation that involves the condensing of a creature into something much smaller.
So you could turn me into mini Dragomir. Put me through keyholes,
In
and then expand on the other side like Ant-Man.
crawl up Zariel's ass and then boom.
Boom! Yup, there we go. Campaign over. Good guys win.
What have you been eating?
Borscht.
Not you, Ariel. Because now you're covered in it.
I mean, I feel like that's a pretty good lead that this guy needs to get the ship going. I walk up to Dragomir, and I'm like, hey, I really... You know what? I don't really. I only kind of understand why you want to save this person. I would just ask that you consider how much, it's like getting a dog.
You're going to have to be the one who
Feed
takes
it,
it for
take
walks.
care of it, change your diapers, yeah.
How much effort is it going to take to keep this
What kind of
person
quality
safe?
of life are they going to have?
Yeah, I'm not, I hate to say it like that, but I just wonder with the things that we're trying to accomplish if...
She's very old, she's lived a very long life, so she's going to take a special trip to the vet.
Listen,
She's like 30.
yeah, listen, I don't like it in the way that I don't really like needless discomfort and torture. But on the quest that we're on right now, I'm just wondering if this would slow us down.
I heard there's a nice farm in upstate Avernus that we can just...
Yeah! Do Batman's parents live there?
I just don't... I really get where you're coming from, Mr. Good Guy, but this doesn't necessarily serve our cause.
And Dragomir will regard you silently for a moment, and then you're still wearing Theo's holy symbol, right? I'm going to pick it up and push it in your chest. If you honor his memory, do not ask me why I do what I do again. And just turn around from you.
Take inspiration.
Slam.
Mm.
Okay.
God, that was good. Good. Fuck you. Ah, fuck.
Let's focus on the task at hand. So what do we want to do? Do we want to tell Jackal Dude how to fix this thing in exchange for something? Do we trust he'll hold a bargain?
He made her like this.
Yes, and my earlier statement that I didn't really give a crap about what he might do, I don't know. I know I'm slightly taking that back.
I do want to provide
he
some
did it.
clarity, just because it sounds like there's a little bit of a cognitive dissonance there. The deal was for you to get the ship up and running again.
Mm.
You know enough about devilish and devil-adjacent creatures. Telling him this is how you do it, go do it, is not going to be sufficient.
Oh, we gotta fucking do it for him?
You have to make the ship operational. That was the
Or just gank his ass, but it sounds like he's probably too much for us to handle.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to have to participate because we can't summon no elementals. Maybe we can repair whatever
I
the
know
hell
that.
hatch got. Maybe our dwarf or competent dwarf friend can fix a hatch that's been blown out or something. But
Yeah, there's a hole in the side of the hole.
Let's start by investigating the apparatus itself
Yeah, let's go.
and see if this is even capable of holding an elemental in the shape that it's in.
Well, given what she said about the elemental itself, it sounds like they take a water elemental and make it small, they get it pissed off. It basically turns into a pressure cooker.
Mm.
And it blew out the door that keeps it in.
Mm.
gee, that's O-rings.
One meal of Taco Bell, gone.
You
May
know
I borrow a
what?
small piece of scrap paper,
Yes,
please?
it may.
Is there a writing
ship is
implement
all
and paper? I
fast.
mean, there's obviously paper all around that I can use. Is there a writing instrument I can steal? Okay.
Yeah, there is like one intact jar of ink that fell off of that bookshelf and didn't get crushed. And there are quills aplenty. Quills for days.
And Dragomir will scrawl that and throw it down without saying anything.
For the purposes of the recording, you can read it out loud without it being vocalized.
Ooh.
Beware, he casts Detect Thoughts. He might be on the other side of the door.
With a glass.
Yeah, to our brains.
Well, you can. Yeah, the spell can penetrate barriers within 30 feet.
If he casts it on her, it's likely he's casting it on us to detect surface thoughts.
Yeah.
We would know if he probed deeper. I believe it. That's the stuff.
Yes.
Lube it up first. Jesus.
And every 6 seconds, he can change the target.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to actually start thinking about all of the
Find a happy place. Find a happy place.
all of the
Go too fucked?
no.
To all
To all the goats I fucked before.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
all of the all of our sewer excursions. Trying to remember like the stink of it and the reek of it. Just like here, suck on this thought.
I hear him bang on the door. He's like, "Fuck you."
I just think of the most annoying song that could ever be stuck in someone's head.
Baby shark, doo doo doo.
All the thoughts are bland. And the thoughts are bland.
I'm confused. Anyway, what's the plan?
I want to go downstairs.
Yeah. I think we have to go out of this room to go downstairs.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, so you're going to crack the door open?
Yes.
So I'm going to write on this piece of paper for the purpose of the podcast. I'm not going to do it here, but I'll write on the paper. Should somebody keep him busy while the rest of us figure out what to do?
All right.
I hate
So
I
I
hate the
have
split party.
I have an answer and I have an idea, but for the purposes of roleplay, I can't just come right out and tell you what they are because we can't communicate if we're trying to hide our thoughts.
I'll talk to him. He's magic. I'm magic.
Well, I think you and I need to figure this out because I got investigation and you probably have good arcana.
Yeah,
I think the two
you
of
are
us-
the
I think the
brainy
two of us
brainy
need to
bros. We
figure
are
this out.
charisma bros.
Okay, that's fair.
So one of us should probably stay up here with him.
Mm-hmm.
I think if he decides to go south, I've probably got the better chance of survival. Your big trick is getting large, and you can't really get large in here. You'll
I mean,
blow up
you
your
could.
The bugmen are
once. You
large.
can do it once.
The bugmen are large, and they are able to stand to their full
Oh,
height.
okay.
You
All right.
also are a big dude.
But I'm not large technically. I'm medium sized.
Really?
Yeah, I'm as big as you can get being medium sized without being large. But
Damn.
Technically 3.5 feet taller than you're allowed to be at meetings.
true. Yeah, I think it's caps off.
His D&D is slightly broken, but it's... you know,
Whatever.
fine.
It's all about the footprint.
Dick print. Which is
That
only
would
medium
that would
size.
put me into large.
So
That would put you into huge. Let's do it.
Why? Thank you.
So Zanzibar and I will go downstairs and
Well, why don't you
got
three?
the old man's car.
You three go downstairs because I want you to have a tanky type because if there's a pissed off water elemental down there, you're going to want to have one.
Good call. Good call.
And I'll stay up here and keep an eye on because if he detects thoughts on me, what is he going to get?
Thought.
I'm thinking about lifting weights and punching you in the face. Like, that's-
What guy?
I can just.
Smirnoff.
I cast Detect Thoughts and Dragon here. Thought. Thoughts.
Love thoughts.
Dummy dick.
So I made this sort of as a side comment, but can God, what's your character's name?
Ingrid.
Ingrid. God Almighty.
It's printed right here for you.
Oh well. Can you actually fix things? Are you actually got any
I've got
abilities, or-
Smith's tools.
Okay. That might come in handy too to fix.
You have the
this.
tools. You have the proficiency.
Uh,
Or both.
You do.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
dwarfy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like that comes with it,
That
right?
comes.
I can hit stuff with a hammer.
They normally come with stone cutting, but if you have like a background thing that gave you Smith's tools, then yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
fix it.
I've got
Yeah,
I
definitely-
took the folk
Definitely have her
background.
go with you. See if you can't figure out how to make this thing go again, and I'll stay up here and keep Jackal DFG happy. Jackal Daddy.
Float with Sugar Daddy.
You know, I was gonna say it, and then
His name is now Jackal Daddy. It's
Jackal
canon.
Jackal Daddy.
I will also write on the said
Daddy.
piece
I
of-
mean, Daddy.
I'll also write on said piece of paper. Keep your cool and
he is so
fuck
cool.
this.
I say it out loud. I'm like, you know, if
It'll
we
be
are
great.
writing it,
I-
if we're writing it, we have to think it to write it, right?
Yeah, well, fair point.
He is as cool as Siberia.
What is Fonzie? I am Fonzie. I am cool.
Hey.
Hey,
Well, maybe
I hit
then
the jukebox. The jukebox hits me back.
I was gonna say maybe you should go and you could just punch the thing into working, but
I think
Punch me
that's-
off until it works.
no.
You can't punch start elves.
Okay, well, yeah, let's go out and just be like, hey, don't listen. She's had a rough time. I know you thought that beating her was good, but that didn't work out so well. And like, you know, fair point. Fair point. I get why you did it because like you're bad guys, and that happens, and it's cool. Like I've smacked your guy around to get some information too, but maybe like cool it
We
on
all
that because we kind of figured it out. And we're going to take a walk downstairs just to see if we can help you out with...
The Jackal's looking around, obviously, like looking at each of you as Nemea continues to talk.
I'm just actually my surface thoughts are I wonder why we're even explaining ourselves to him. Like we could have just walked. Like we're working on the thing you told us to fix and just walk right by him. Like
You get a brief nod, and you're not sure if it means anything. Like,
You know,
whenever
whenever
you death fingered by this guy.
fingers
Jackal
to
Daddy.
death.
Not one of
blasted.
you don't want to be finger blasted by Jackal Daddy?
Damn!
That's the name of the episode.
finger blasted by Jackal Daddy.
Chuck Tingle, where are you?
It's like
When the only tool you
Mark
have
by
is a
Mark
hammer,
Jacobs.
every problem starts to look like a
Like the
you
mayor.
could cuss.
Oh.
We're just like, hey, cool it on that. We're trying to figure it out. We'll be right back.
After these
Chill
messages.
with Russian Daddy, Jackal Daddy. We'll be back.
Daddy on daddy action.
All right. Just to make it clear to me, the purpose of you splitting the party right now is so that you can keep him sort of busy, so he can't read the thoughts of the rest of the group.
I think it's just to keep an eye on him to know what he's doing.
Okay.
And sort of like somebody to be like between him and the elf.
What tack are you taking to sort of distract him or keep him occupied?
Are you guys bringing the journal with you, or can I show him the journal?
I feel like it might
I think
have
we have to have the
instructions in
journal.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna have to bring Lulu because Lulu's the only fucking person who can read Elvish.
Teach him chess.
I have dragon chess. I'm proficient in it.
Give me a persuasion roll. It needs to be pretty big.
Yeah.
You're bored. He's bored.
18.
Something to do.
There's a spark of something there, but it hasn't quite landed yet. You'll see if that pans out.
Okay.
Anyway.
And if you hold his concentration, then he can't cast Detect Thoughts because you can't.
And then you won't know where that demi-thick booty lies.
Oh, he knows. It's hard to miss.
Did you clap when you walked into the room?
Listen, it's surface thoughts. It's on everybody's mind.
Check, please. All right, you three doofuses are going downstairs.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
let's
What's
do
the
this.
marching order?
I'll go first because I can spot things probably easier. I have my stupid perception.
Who's in the middle?
I think you should be in the middle because I'm tanky, and
Yep.
if Jackal Daddy decides to come after us,
I don't want.
I mean, he is a gentleman, so he would come after us.
Listen, I don't. Listen, I don't want any surprise Jackal Daddy in the ass, so you go in the back.
You say you don't, but...
Don't put words in my mouth.
Oh, that's a surface thought. You're being a bit of a surface thought right now.
He does have whole. Yeah.
I feel like the name of the episode is just the surface thoughts.
We have so many names for this episode. They're all shit.
All right.
They're all sex.
So Zanzer, you're leading the way.
Down we
It's
go.
quite dark in here. The rest of the ship has been lit with these torches of continual flame. When you get down into these engine room components, there are no such torches. It's actually just dark.
So I think I still have a light coin that I had from somebody a long time ago.
That was Theo, so I
That has been
imagine
dispelled for
that
weeks now.
is-
Could you just grab one of the
No
torches off the
longer.
wall?
Oh, it doesn't work after death. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I can grab one of the torches off the wall and carry it. Go back and retrace my steps, grab one of those, and
Give me a. Let's call it a generic intelligence roll.
I have generic intelligence.
It's very average. Don't mean to brag.
16.
You surmise that if these torches are not kept downstairs, there's probably a reason for it.
Ooh, flammable liquids.
Yeah.
No, light only works for an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a light cantrip or no?
If you took a level cleric, you might. Does thaumaturgy do anything?
No.
No. You can make the torches flare, but you can't make anything.
Do you have dark vision?
I do.
Maybe we just have to get a little closer.
Yeah, I'll be like right up behind you, being like in the dark.
Left? No, your other left. More left. Left. No.
Left.
Left.
Jackal?
Okay.
Jackal! It's a jackal! Jackal!
Jackal-pot!
All right, what's the plan?
Just have her really tailgate me with her dark vision and see if we can make anything out down there.
Okay.
I don't like this. But...
So the making out is actually occurring between Jackal Daddy and Dragomir.
Ooh, sexy. I'm sad I went upstairs.
King me. That's not how you play chess. Alright, then kiss me.
Then queen me.
Then beg me.
So, Zanzer, you're sort of being led now by, is it Nemea?
Yeah.
Okay. Nemea, this bottom floor of the ship appears to be some sort of long, drawn-out sort of engine chamber.
Okay.
There are a couple different side rooms, various gears and knobs, and it sort of looks like what we would think of as like a nuclear submarine. Like, there's a ton of shit going on down here.
Nice.
It looks very complicated. But there is certainly one room that you surmise must be the room that you saw when you were probing this woman's thoughts. And it does appear that there is a door that is some sort of metallic alloy door. Windows sort of segmented into triangles like a TIE fighter cockpit.
Mm.
And it has been forcibly blown outward from the inside out.
Okay.
But the glass on those panels is intact. The metal is slightly bent. It looks like there is some sort of a sealant, almost like a rubber sealant, that appears to be going all the way around the outer loop of the inside of this door, and it has been torn in places and like peeled out. The rest of this device appears to still be intact. Up on the top of it, there's a series of like knobs and all sorts of little gauges and things like that. And there is a location that looks a lot like on the screen machine. You have a port where you can dump demon ichor into it to allow it to get juiced up. This sort of looks like that port. It has the same sort of valve system that you recognize, but it also has a spiral indentation on the inside as though you could screw something into it.
Okay. Oh, okay. So like a thing that has an elemental inside of it, probably. Zanzer.
Yes.
Go in there and look around.
Frank Grimes Sr.
Can you with you, Zanzer? What are your elf ears here? But like, can either of us make like an investigation or a perception check, like listening for any weird, like steam sounds or like watery sounds or like creaky anything? Because like I don't. Yeah, because going back to the whole like steam thing, I don't know if it would have like cooled off necessarily. I don't know how long the ship has been here, but I'm wondering if we can like hear if the elemental is still in the boat.
So if everybody's really, really quiet, I can do a perception check because hearing isn't affected by darkness.
Right, that's why I was asking.
Okay.
Because you got better perception than I do.
All right. Yeah, let me do that. It's going to be a 12.
Does he though?
Maybe.
Sucky dice is sucky dice.
All right. And you said you were going to do an investigation or something as well? What do you...
Yeah, sure.
Well, I was going to ask the other thing. Why don't you do your roll?
Nope.
So the other thing I was going to say is why don't
Nope.
you... We don't have to roleplay this, but why don't you give me a detailed description of every little piece you see, and maybe we can, figure this out investigation-wise.
Just for funsies and to see if I can. Can I roll perception? I'm not
Sure.
trained in it, but...
Yeah.
15.
Okay. Everyone's being very, very quiet for a moment. You're listening for sounds of water, and you do hear like the sounds of the river Styx.
Mm-hmm.
As I mentioned, it doesn't visually look like it's moving very fast, but the current is actually pretty severe in the river Styx. And you do hear a couple like pings and pops down here, but for the most part, it sounds like the system is cold. It has not been occupied in some time.
Okay.
You do hear one ominous bloop kind of noise, and it comes from Zanzer's pant leg.
Ah,
I didn't
Did you
realize
poop
you were...
yourself?
hell?
I didn't realize you were wearing Spanx.
You do not recall pooping yourself.
Although Kate's shitting bricks.
Sorry.
Okay. Continue.
Yeah, you don't feel like you pooped yourself or anything like that, but yeah, you hear this ominous sort of noise coming from right near Zanzer's foot.
You don't feel like you pooped yourself, but after all those goats, who could tell anymore?
Can I see?
Yeah, I was
see
just gonna
anything
say,
on
I
the
have
ground?
dark vision. Do I
Yeah.
see anything?
There is a splot on the ground next to Zanzer. It appears to be dark. You don't get a color because dark vision doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
But some sort of dark fluid, something very viscid and thick. A blot that has landed on the deck, maybe a little smaller than a quarter.
I look up.
You don't see anything on the ceiling, but you do see that there is some staining from an object that Zanzer's been carrying.
The flask.
Oh, fuck. Oh,
Careful.
fuck. That's what this thing is.
Good thing we didn't fucking try to drink it. Oh my god.
I wasn't planning on drinking. I was planning on just opening it.
Oh,
but that's
I
probably a
was.
bad idea either.
Sorry.
If I
saw a flask and just immediately was like, jug.
Chug, 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 chug.
if I grab this flask, I can't see, but if I feel around it, is it like feel sealed?
Yep.
If I give it a little slosh, do I hear anything in there?
You give it a little slosh, and you hear the sound of water, and when you stop sloshing it, the sloshing sound continues.
This is interesting.
I feel like this is our guy.
Hey, Nemea,
Drink
you
this.
explained that there's a little screw thing that you can screw something into.
Yeah.
Is it about roughly the size of the neck of this flask?
Pretty damn similar, yeah.
Is it righty-tighty, or is it the other way?
Or is it European?
Yeah.
This
You
is
have
a
to get
French
an
vessel,
adapter.
remember.
Yeah, I fear we gotta.
We gotta fix the door first.
Yeah, we gotta. Hey, you wanna give it a go, Smithy Smith?
My concern is it blew out the door before.
That doesn't have to be our problem after we get off the boat.
Well, so now I'm confused. Let's talk this through a little bit. Am I holding a spare charge?
They
Or-
said hide it.
Where did I forgot where we got this from? We got it from killing the
chest.
2 guys upstairs, didn't
Yeah.
It was left abandoned in a pail of tar that was kept sort of perpetually wet by the heat of Avernus.
we? But it was
Which would
upstairs
be
on
a-
this boat upstairs.
Which would be a good
17.
place to hide it. Because why would you stick your arm in a
Bucket
pail
of
of tar? And if you're scrambling to hide something, put it in a plant,
Yeah.
I've played in raw sewage. Tar doesn't fucking bother me.
yeah.
Okay. So let's keep.
How long does it take?
Give me a dragon chest check.
Because I'm afraid of thoughts, I'm going to do sign language. No. That's still the fucking stupidest thing we've ever done with this game.
Proficiency. Yeah, intelligence.
Just write notes because he won't detect
minus
thoughts.
1. Crit, 19.
That's fabulous. I rolled a natural 16 plus 5.
Ah, at least I put up a good show.
You did.
Okay, so
And hey, you might be
Here's-
flattering him by letting him win.
here's my quandary, right? If whoever ran this ship took this power supply and hit it, what the hell blew out the door?
None of the glass is broken.
Right.
Which says to me it wasn't something that pushed. It wasn't a force that blew out. It was something that maybe pulled.
Can you do one of your funky Smith checks to see if that's the case?
Yeah, can I use...
You may. Yeah.
Use my
I'm
funky
gonna
sniff
pee, I'm not in the
powers.
scene
I'm going to pee in your scene.
anyway.
It's just a
Don't.
roll plus proficiency, right?
And it would use one of your attributes. So in this case, I would call it intelligence, and then your proficiency.
Intelligence. Oh, int. Ugh. It's a 9.
Yeah, it's not going to tell you nothing.
If I... Nemea, what's your intelligence?
18.
Oh, shit. So if I tell Nemea what to look for, can I help her with an intelligence check on the...
Can I help her with an intelligence
Yeah.
check because I'm smarter? I'm not smarter.
She won't get to add her proficiency because she's not proficient in what the fuck's going on, but
Or if she can help me, or vice versa, or...
you can help her
She can't help me.
because you are proficient.
Okay.
She can receive help, but she can't add proficiency.
Okay.
She'll be a roll with advantage, but you're only adding your intelligence modifier.
Okay.
Don't
What am
for-
I rolling again?
Intelligence. Don't forget your advantage.
Yeah, please take your advantage.
Please take that advantage.
That's a 10. Plus 4. 14.
That's better than I rolled.
Can't really tell anything new about the situation.
Right. So can you at least fix the door?
Should be able to.
You think you probably could?
Yeah.
With your Smith tools, yeah.
Yeah. I would. Yeah, let's.
Worst case scenario, me and Dragomir hold it shut, or just like...
We tell
I
one
mean,
of them-
again, it's not our problem if it blows out
later.
later.
Yeah, that's mine.
We say, we fixed the door, here's the elemental, bye.
Yeah.